What is up guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nouman and today's analysis video is going to be about the Premier League game between Chelsea and Wolves. So Chelsea lined up in a 4-3-3 formation which mostly changed to 4-5-1 without possession, and they also changed their formation to 4-2-3-1 in the second half after the introduction of Kovacic. Wolves on the other hand lined up in a 3-4-2-1 formation which was mostly 5-2-1-2 on the ground. Just like the game against Everton, Chelsea once again had no issues when it came to build up, and they were dominating possession. So this is how the two teams were lined up on the ground whenever Chelsea tried to build their play from the back. Wolves mostly kept a 5-2-1-2 formation without the ball, with Silva and Neto pressing the two Chelsea centre-backs. Podence was keeping a tight marking on N'Golo Kante, with Neves and Dendoncker covering Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. But the wingbacks were dropping in the defense and they were keeping a back line of 5 men. And thus the Chelsea fullbacks were totally free to receive the ball either from their centre-backs or the goalkeeper. Wolves keeping a 5-2-1-2 formation with Silva and Neto pressing the two centre-backs, and Podence keeping a tight marking on N'Golo Kante. The front two are pressing the two Chelsea centre-backs with Podence covering N'Golo Kante. Neves is covering Kai Havertz as we saw in the animation. And Reece James is now totally free to receive the ball since the wingbacks were not moving up to cover the Chelsea fullbacks. Again, front two on the two Chelsea centre-backs with Podence covering N'Golo Kante. Mendy is given time and space on the ball, and Mendy tries to use the time to easily pick Ben Chilwell. Chelsea had no issues when it came to build-up, and they were also able to stop Wolves' build-up with their man-to-man marking. Chelsea's man-oriented high press to block the passing options and forced Wolves to go long. Here again, man-oriented high press and forcing Patricio to go long and lose possession. Wolves were happy to let Chelsea have the possession, and they were mostly looking to take their chances on transitions. In the first half, the combination of Pulisic, Ben Chilwell and Mason Mount created lots of issues for the Wolves defense. Since the Chelsea fullbacks were totally free to receive the ball and move forward without any issues, so Chelsea were able to use their fullback to create overloads on the wide areas against Semedo and Dendoncker. Giroud is keeping Cody and Willy Bolly busy, and thus Chelsea are able to isolate Dendoncker and Semedo in a 3v2 position. Pulisic and Mason Mount takes away Dendoncker and Semedo, and Ben Chilwell is now totally free to make an overlap. Again, no signs of Silva, Neto or Podence, as Chelsea once again create a 3v2 position against Wolves. Ben Chilwell is again totally free to make an overlap and deliver the cross inside the box. And Giroud scores the goal. Chelsea had this 3v2 advantage throughout the game, and Wolves never really tried to ask their front players to drop back and help the team defensively. Pulisic was creating lots of issues for Wolves in this game, both with and without the ball. The wingback steps out to cover Reece James, and Pulisic makes a run in the wide area to force the centre-back out of his position to open the space in the central area for the run of Kai Havertz. Pulisic takes away the centre-back and he opens the space in the central area for the run of Kai Havertz. Wolves actually took a big gamble by not dropping their front players in the defense to help their wingbacks, and it looked like that the gamble wasn't going to pay off, as Chelsea were able to use that man advantage to score the goal. By keeping the front players high up the ground, Wolves were trying to create a 3v2 position on the counter-attacks. Wolves again taking the chance and allowing Chelsea to create a 3v2 position. Neto was asked to hold this attacking position, and as soon as Chelsea lost possession, Wolves had the chance to catch Chelsea. Kante had no option but to bring Neto down and concede a free kick. Again, Neto is not dropping back, and Wolves are once again giving Chelsea a man advantage. Timo Werner lost possession, Ben Chilwell is caught out of his position, and Neto again has the chance to catch Chelsea on transition. And now Wolves have a 3v3 position on the counter-attack. And this is how Wolves were able to score the winner as well. Again, the Chelsea fullbacks are caught out of their positions and Wolves once again have a 2v2 position on transition. 2v2 position and Neto scored the goal. Nuno took a big gamble by keeping his front players high up the ground to catch Chelsea on transitions. This gave Chelsea a massive advantage as they always had an extra man during the offensive phase. But Chelsea could not capitalize on that benefit and were only able to score one goal using that extra man. Nuno took a gamble and his gamble definitely paid off as Neto was able to score a late winner to secure all the 3 points for his team. Lampard, on the other hand, made some very questionable decisions, and the major one was the change in the position of Pulisic. Pulisic was looking very sharp on the left wing, but as soon as he was asked to move to the right side, he looked totally lost. Chelsea have now lost 2 back-to-back games, and they have some very tricky fixtures coming up. Let's hope for the best. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.